Juan, it's your boy Maserati Shellz. Hold on, let me check my little weak ass beard. Yeah, it's not growing that much, guys. You see, got big spots out in there. It ain't growing. Okay, ain't growing with no beard or whatever, right? But we're back talking Maserati podcast. I know it's been like probably like a month. I haven't posted a podcast. Well, we're back. Trying to post at least once a week. If you don't follow my social medias, it's Maserati Shells on Instagram and Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Threads, or whatever else you use. You can find me on there. Tap in. We will be dropping Reels contents now for most of you people. You see that book back there, right there. I think the book's right, whatever. You know the book's right there. That's Atomic Habits. And in Atomic Habits, it shows to be more productive in my week, whether it be work or school. It tells me from Sunday night to Friday night to erase every social media app on my phone. So if you're on social media and I'm not on there Monday through Friday, that's because I erased the app. I focus on podcasting. I focus on my schooling. I focus on actually learning more, kind of ingesting more information. So I do that, right? So today's episode, what we have today, is on the notes. We're gonna be probably most likely doing something I seen on the Jason Wilson podcast, which was basically time traveling in your trauma. Now, what that meant to me was not literally time traveling like in a machine, like Back to the Future, or what's another time traveling movie? You ever seen Sliders? It was a show called Sliders, real good show. Anyway, what that meant to me was basically every time something happens, you go back to the past trauma and you respond to it that way. Hold on, my bad. Sparkly Starbucks cup, gotta love it. Anyway, hold on. Beard comb. Anyway, gotta have the theatrics. Beard comb by nobody. Oh, hold up, guys. Hold up. Fragrance. Club Nuit. Good dupe for think what's this dupe? I think this is a good dupe for such Euro Flame or something like that. But it's a great dupe. This is a good smell. Late night. Anyway, guys. So he's talking about time traveling in your trauma, right? So basically, every time something happens, you go back to the trauma that reminds you of it, and you get triggered, right? And so that kind of resonated with me, right? And a lot of people I see on social media that always want to bring up old trauma, right? I always want to say they bring old trauma to relationships. They want to say, well, this person reminds me of this, and this person reminds me of that. And so I start thinking to myself, right? I'm saying, self, you're intelligent. Self, why do you let things trigger you? Why are you getting up so upset at certain small things, right? And I had recent situations that really get me upset, right? I had anger issues recently, right? And I'm like, are you time traveling in your trauma? And what that meant for me was past things that happened where was I letting them really like bother me. As you can see, I have a lot of wires back there. I get distracted easily because I see my Apple Watch and all the charges going, whatever. But that's a whole other story. Anyway, so I'm sitting here like, self, why do you get angry so much? Why do you let little things bother you? Why do you think things too personal? Why do you assume certain things? Why are you time traveling your trauma? Why are you thinking everything is personal while they're trying to attack you? Right? So, what I learned was this: I didn't master my emotional intelligence, right? And there are 5 components to your EQ, which is emotional intelligence, which was self awareness, right? Self regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills, right? So self awareness is the ability to recognize and understand one's own emotions and how they affect others. Self-regulation is the ability to control and redirect disruptive impulses and moods, and the propensity to think before acting. Oh, the propensity to think before acting. I hate the word propensity because I can never really say it right. Motivation is having passion to work for internal reasons to go beyond money, status, which can lead to prosperity for pursuing goals and energy for persistence. Empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand the emotional makeup of others and treat them accordingly with their emotional reactions. Social skills. Social skills refer to the proficiency in managing relationships and building networks and ability to find common ground and build rapport. Now, as we go on, I found out that out of these 5 EQs, I had these 5, but I lacked empathy because I really couldn't understand why people couldn't do what I can do and persevered through what I persevered through because I had a big thing against, I'm not going to say against, I didn't believe in anxiety and depression. I feel like if I've been through what I've been through and I didn't have those problems, why should you? Right? Then I start realizing that, hey, I was being a supreme dick and a supreme asshole. I'm not going to lie. Shit, it is what it is. At least I can admit that, right? So now, I'm sitting here like, well, self, can you stop being a dick and asshole? Probably not. No, I couldn't. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I swear I'm just joking. But I was realizing the reason why I was time traveling my trauma was because of the simple fact that, like, hey, if I went through all this, and the only thing that really makes me a dick and asshole because I went through this, and I could see this, why do you guys keep doing it? Why are you looking for external validation? Why are you going on social media for this, right? Why can't you be successful? Then I realized that, hold on, number 3, which was motivation. Most people lack the motivation and the self-awareness and the self-regulation. So most people were lacking 1, 2, and 3. Yes, I have notes on the phone. Come on, guys. It's a podcast. You think I have all this stored up here? Come on, I got to research and give you guys the best information so you can keep coming back and subscribe and hit the notification button. That's how this works, guys. I'm sorry. I don't have a professional team behind the camera holding up cue cards or a little prompter screen telling me what to say. I'm not that professional, guys. I'm sorry. I have cue notes, right? So, how to improve your EQ. Reflect daily, seek feedback, improve listening, understand emotions, and learn online. This is what I do, right? These notes going, right? So I had to do all these things daily, right? And so improving your EQ will help you deal with people better and understand you don't need social media to validate you, right? And you can stop time traveling in your trauma. And so for me, this started helping me. And I'm talking about this is recent help. I'm not talking about like 5 years ago or 2 days ago. I'm talking about right now. This was help me detach from external validation, understanding what people do is not personal and not assuming that it's a personal attack, understanding that some people are just dumb motherfuckers. Like, I'm sorry for your profanity, sorry. Some people are just stupid and they don't know what they're saying. They're just saying the first thing that comes to their mind because they've never understood that other people could take things in a different perspective. Now let's move on, right? Right? Okay. The pros of having a high EQ. You improve team energy. You adapt better to change. You navigate conflict with ease, better leadership, and personal development. These are attributes you really want to have in life, right? Now, with that being said, I've always been a semi-intelligent person because as a semi-intelligent person, I made some bad decisions. With that being said, guys, right? You can be smart, intelligent, and a genius. It's all based on the choices you made, right? Now, there are people in life, water drink, pause, water sips, gone. I'm sorry. I'm being goofy. Anyway, there are a lot of people in life who are going to make decisions and be mad at the consequences they made, right? Because of lack of emotional intelligence. And they want you to fix those choices, those consequences, and they want to get mad at you for not fixing them. And then they want to time travel on their trauma and say, well, hey, you triggered me. Right? I can't do that. And so what I learned from these notes I have, right? Understanding the 5 components of an EQ was that I was doing that. I was time traveling my trauma and getting mad at people for the choices I made, and which was playing into stereotypes or understanding that people are not actually understanding cultural appropriation or understanding what they should and shouldn't say, or understanding that people just don't give 2 flying fucks about what I'm getting. And what they say is, look up there. What's that? The 2 flying fucks I don't give. They're right there. Look, they're flying. Oh, that's the 2 flying fucks I don't give. They flew away. Oh, my bad. Cool. Dope, dude. Anyway, the reason why I say it like that is to make fun out of it. But really, the truth is this. You have to wake up every day understanding that people necessarily don't care about what you're going through. They're not going to care about what you're going through. Their whole mission in life is to be successful in their own mantra, right? And success has always been for me is the ability to do what I want, when I want, how I want, for those who I want to do it for. My family and my friends, right? And to show people I can be there for them when they need me to be there for them. And understanding that I want to leave a mark on humanity to say, hey, this guy stood for something, for the right thing. It's easy to do the wrong thing in the right moment. It's harder to do the right thing in the wrong moment. And a lot of people don't understand that. I have a saying is, I'd rather be at peace with God and at war with man than at peace with man and at war with God, because it never matters, right? Because I always tell people this. When you die, everyone's going to like you. They're all going to say, he's a great guy. I love them. When you're alive, they're going to say, F you. They're going to do this. When you're alive, trust me. I've seen it 1,000 times. I've seen dudes that no one liked die. And when he dies, oh, man, I love him. He was a realist, man. His bro was real. Bro was on every bro was real. Goofy. Shut up, Goofy. But no. So with that being said, stop time traveling in your trauma. Ladies, we know you've been hurt by all these men. Think about the men you chose. Think about the baby father you chose. Think about this. And ladies, I'm not picking on you, because I'm going to go to the fellas in a minute. But ladies, you knew that man was a boy. And I'm not saying boy to degrade any man out there. What I'm saying was, he played video games, he smoked weed, he hung out with dudes on the corner all day. He had no goals in life. You never asked him about what he wanted to do in life. You never asked him about this. You wanted him to spend time with you because he had free time. He gave you attention. You were seeking attention. He gave you attention nobody else wanted to give you. You never wanted a man who gave responsibility, discipline, or structure. That was too much for you. That seemed square to you. So you chose him because he was immature. You liked that about him. He was very immature. So you said, hey, let me be immature and let us be immature together and have sex without protection, or let me be on birth control. Then you got pregnant. I believe in pro-choice. You could have had an abortion. You didn't. You thought having this child by this man would make him mature overnight. It don't happen that way. I'm sorry, baby girl. It don't happen that way. Now, you have this baby by him. You're forced to mature overnight because now you have to provide for another human being. And now here comes the thing is, oh, I got to do this on my own because he don't want to grow up. Nah, he's not growing up. His mindset don't work like that. It just don't work. They're like, we don't compute like that. It's not doing that. So now he's like, whatever. Now you're mad at him, down at him. He's this. Now every man is like that to you. So now you're like, well, I could do this alone with my child. And now the child has to suffer without having a father or even a stepdad, because you've read off all men to where you only focus on raising your child by yourself because you feel like you could be both parents, and the child needs two parents. Duality in life, because they need that. Because when you raise kids without parents, without both parents, without men and a woman to give grace and discipline, you get young men like me who don't know how to properly use their emotions, and we have this thing where we process everything inwardly, and now we can't show our emotions. So now we went around the world mad and putting everything inside, and now we're mad at the world, and we don't know how to process our emotions. So now we get mad at everything, and now we're ready to implode, and now we're just a bunch of freaking stoic animals running the street, don't feel nothing, can't feel nothing for nobody, and you want to blame why we all messed up. Run around with long dreads, tattoos on our face, talking about it's drill time. I don't know. No, I don't know who to blame. I'm just saying though, fellas. Now, y'all want to run around here talking about these females. You want to go online, post all your money, all your jewelry, pull up in these rental cars, pull up stunting. You only want the female who look like an Instagram model, all fake ass, all fake tits, all fake lips, and wonder why she only wants you for that. You don't want the smart girl who's her average, not natural body. You don't want the girl who's going to actually help you and give you some knowledge and you say, you know what, that's not right, this not right. Actually question you and ask you stuff and actually help you out. You don't want someone to come 50-50 at the table. You want to give everything so you can control everything because you have insecurities within yourself. You can't have no one question you. Why? It's because you know you lack in certain areas. So her questioning you, helping you, bothers your masculinity because you thought masculinity was, I'm tough, I'm big, I can do everything on my own. That's not masculinity, bro. But that's a whole nother topic. We're talking about tribe. We're talking about time traveling in your trauma. And so those things make you do that, right? Those things that we're talking about here, these overly bravado things that men and women do, make us time travel in our trauma. So when women or men leave us, that abandonment feeling comes from a parent leaving us, or someone hurt us back in the day, over sexuality, those things that someone hurt us, from things that happened to us as a child. Those are all signs of us time traveling, not trauma. Getting in these relationships, you better not hurt me because I've been hurt my whole life. Those are time traveling, not traumas. Seeking validation from other people is our parents never telling us we were good enough. Those are time traveling your trauma. And I ask people all the time, if you just take the time, stop jumping in relationships, situationships, and just take time out to sit back and say, hey, let me focus on me and say what's really wrong with me. Stop blaming the other person. Stop saying it wasn't me. I'm a dime. I'm perfect. It was her. It was him. Nah, I had to. Bro, I remember. I'm gonna give y'all a story. So I'm not perfect. So it was a time where I ain't gonna say it was okay. I was in a toxic phase, right, where I'm just blaming everybody, and I knew the reason why I was having these problems. I knew the baseline of the problems, but I was deflecting, right? I knew that it was the fact that I was never sober. I was always telling everybody what they wanted to hear because I knew I could. I knew that no one could tell me what to do. I knew I was so up here that I could do whatever I wanted. I had everything. No one was only, it was only a few people above me, so I knew I can get away with it. When I went home by myself and I reflected, when I sat with myself and God, I knew I was wrong. And I knew it wouldn't last forever because I would self-destruct. What I mean, not physically self-destruct, mentally and emotionally, I knew I would self-destruct to the point to where I'd be like, I would forever be alone mentally and emotionally. I could be next to somebody, but I would forever be alone because I'm not really with someone who's on that wavelength up here. I knew it because the people I was dealing with would never be up here because why? I was just dealing with people who would accept me for doing what I wanted to do because they just wanted to be there. So I had to step back and say, hey, it takes a stronger person to be alone and work on them and say, I was the problem. You know what? Cool. Back up. I'm the problem. Not you, me. I'm really the problem. It's not even you. And I really mean that. Not trying to be like manipulative or trying to find an escape way. No, the problem is really me. It's not even you. I'm time traveling in my trauma. I'm bringing up my abandonment issues and my father not being there. Me not knowing how to process my emotions. Me think being a tough guy is going to always fix the problem. Me knowing that you can't with me. You can't with me. You can't see me. I've been doing this. Me going to prison. Me being in these streets. You can't see me. That is the problem. I don't even know how to have a soft side. So I need to figure this out first. Learn how to properly love and how to be properly loved. See, that's a lot of problems. We don't even know how to properly love people to be properly loved by people. That's one of the biggest problems we have as people. And I knew that was with me. I knew that I didn't know how to properly love people because I didn't know how to properly be loved by people. It felt weird. Like, you fake it. You really don't love me like that. Because if you love me like that, you would do this, this, and this. And you wouldn't do this, this, and that. Because I have a different understanding by that. Right? And it took a while for me to understand that, for me to sit back and say, hey, it's okay if you don't love me like that because I can still love you like that and not be hurt and not feel like you're taking advantage of me because of my past traumas because I'm not time traveling that trauma. That's one of the reasons why I'm not going to keep doing podcasts about prison because I'm past that. That's my old life. I don't even care about that no more, bro. I don't even see that part of me no more. So when people always ask me about that, okay, yeah, that's cool, whatever. If someone asks me out of genuine concern and want to know about that life because they want to prevent it, kid, I would do that. But I don't highlight that part of my life. I don't care about the streets no more, bro. That doesn't entice me. If I do music, that's just an entertainment thing, bro. I don't sit here and glorify it to have niggas say, hey, oh, that's cool, bro. It ain't. So I don't even care about that. I'm not time traveling in that trauma. I don't have a traumatic past as a child that affects my life. Mine was teenage years to pre-adolescence, like that. My childhood year was very great. I grew up in a church. I had people around me that loved me. I didn't have my father, so that impacted a lot of my authoritative problems. Yes, and my anger. So yes, that. But I don't revisit that. I don't revisit that. It is what it is. I work on it as an adult and I move past that. A lot of y'all are still, I never had a dad. So what, nigga? A lot of us didn't have that. Bro, move past that. Stop visiting that. A lot of females, my dad. Take my advice. Deal with it. See a therapist. Preferably a faith-based therapist. right? Deal with it. Move past it. Don't go back to it. If you keep going back to it, you'll open that wound up every time. That wound up every time. It will never properly heal. You will feel the same every time. I pray that everything I give to you guys can receive and understand. I hope that I can translate this very good. I know sometimes I talk fast and I'm kind of everywhere with the idea because I really want you guys to like absorb this stuff, and I really want it to come through the right way. I don't want it to seem like I'm like badgering you guys or like I think I know it all. I'm just thinking I've been through so much stuff to where I feel like I can really help people. And I really wish you guys come to this channel and understand that. And don't think I'm trying to be like a know-it-all or something like that. I just want to help people. So with that being said, this is the Talk with Maserati podcast hosted by your boy Maserati Shellz for time traveling through your trauma. I hope you have a blessed day. Remember, water. Drink water, guys. Wow, we're out.